Fantastic idea I heard from Ramelech Biderman. He brings the Ibn Ezra that says the following. Fantastic idea about the person who brings a chatas. We hear about the person who made a sin and needs to bring a korban, the sacrifice of chatas, that he made a sin. He brings it to the Beis HaMikdash. He needs to bring se'ira or kisba, a female sheep, and that's what he has to bring. And the dal, the person who is an ani, the person who has no means, he brings shnei torim or shnei bnei yonah, two male pigeons, or shnei bnei yonah, the chicks of the pigeons, two of the babies of the pigeon. That's what he has to bring. However, there's a big difference. The ashir, the person who is wealthy, who is bringing the sheep, the female sheep, is bringing that sheep only for chatas, only for that korban about the sin that he made. But the dal, the ani, is bringing those two little ones because he has no money, but it's for two korbanos, it's for two different sacrifices. One is the chatas, of course, one is because he made a sin and he needs to bring that sacrifice. But the other one is because he had bad thoughts. It's an olah. Olah is a korban that we bring only if we had bad thoughts. It's not something that we have to bring because they tell us it's something more like a volunteer. It's something that you decided that you had a bad thought and you want to bring a korban. But he is mechuyav, he is obligated at this point to bring a chatas and an olah. Why? And why does the ashir, why does the wealthy person, why doesn't he have to bring an olah, only a chatas, only because of his sin and not because of his thoughts? What thoughts could the ani, the poor person, have? Says the Ibn Ezra, a beautiful idea. He says the Ibn Ezra, he says that the poor person brings the chatas because he made a sin, but the olah he brings because he probably had the thought, he looks at the ashir, he looks at the rule that the ashir is bringing a much bigger korban than him. He says, the second a person buys, the two doves, etc., it's like he feels, I'm an ani, I'm poor. And he looks at the other people and says, look at me. And that's a pagam, that's a defect in his emunah, in his bitachon b'Hashem, in his belief in God. He has to understand that whatever God gave him is good. And therefore the Torah knew he's going to have something in his head about that belief. You need to let it go. You guys are beautiful. Shabbos.